I wanna go far, there's no stopping. I see them watching, I see them hating. One day I swear I'ma be on the station. Mama, I gotta make moves.
I feel like the Warriors' run is finally coming to an end. Now, I know a lot of Warriors fans might dislike this video. I love seeing the Warriors dynasty. I have no problem with it. I got over the Kevin Durant snake talk and all that BS. It is what it is, especially after seeing Russell Westbrook, how bad he looks now. I don't really fault Kevin Durant for the move. I'm not one of those haters, but I feel like the reign and the celebrations and the championships consecutively, it's finally coming to an end. Now, before I go into depth about how I feel like it's coming to an end and all that stuff, make sure you guys subscribe to my new YouTube channel if you haven't already. Make sure you guys follow my Instagram, my Twitter, do all that great stuff. That helps me out a lot. We're on the way to 100K. We're almost like 700 subscribers away. So make sure you guys subscribe to my other channels and do all that stuff. So last night, we seen the Clippers defeat the Warriors in Golden State, the first time since Cleveland beat them twice at home that they've lost 2 consecutive games at home, and the Clippers, they just did it without a real star. Lou Williams is great, but he's not one of those stars that you really name when you think of the superstars. But he's proven that he's probably the best 6-man ever. Now, although I'm not really seeing slippage from their true superstars, Stephen Curry is still Stephen Curry. He can still kick it up into that Stephen Curry gear whenever he wants. Klay Thompson, he's been having a pretty good series, at least the second half of this series. Yesterday, he did good. Kevin Durant, he had 45 points in the defeat. Draymond Green is probably the only one that I'm looking at. Like, he's not probably the Draymond Green that we seen in 2015, 2016. He even said he had to lose 23 pounds to get into the playoffs and get his body right because he just wasn't in the best shape, and he's kind of battled his weight throughout his career, and you can kind of see it starting to happen right now. And an unfit Draymond Green is just not the Draymond Green that we know, because as we see, if we watch Draymond Green, he's not the most skilled player. He doesn't have the ball handles, the shot, and all that stuff. He literally plays off of being the utility man and basically doing all the dirty and scrappy work. So if he can't do that because he's not in that shape, then to me he's kind of almost useless besides yelling and screaming and stuff like that and being the heart and soul of the team. But he's not that skilled to actually be significant anywhere else. And I say and feel like this reign is finally coming to an end, because I feel like once players, they get their individual awards, they win the championships. Kevin Durant, he finally has that monkey off his back that he couldn't win a championship. He's won 2 back-to-back MVPs, back-to-back championships of those, NBA finals. I feel like they lose that urge and that dog and that heart and that fight to actually get the championship and get there. Like, they don't want it as bad as Houston does, and I'm almost guaranteed of that, because you can just see, like, Houston, they're not going to waste any time with Utah. Utah, the game they won, Utah won the game. Houston is not going to waste any time. James Harden wants to win the championship. He wants to get there. He probably feels like he should have got there last year, but Chris Paul had his injury. Those dudes really want to win, and I feel like Golden State, yeah, they want to win, but at this point, it's like kind of like that senioritis thing. Like, man, we got our accomplishments. You even see Kevin Durant and Draymond Green them battling at the beginning of the season, because once you win, that desire and that burning passion, it kind of fades away, at least just a little bit. I think it's human nature. You can't tell me, unless you're like LeBron trying to match Michael Jordan with his championships or something like that, your first ring and your 5th, 6th, 7th ring are equal. Like, your first ring, to me, that's probably your most significant. Unless you're trying to overcome something, it's not the same. So Golden State, what the hell are they trying to overcome besides a three-peat? Or Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond, they can say they won 4 championships in 5 years, but other than that, like, what else do they have to prove? I feel like the only person that has something left to prove is Kevin Durant. I don't care how many championships Kevin Durant wins with Golden State, I don't feel like he will ever be looked at in that status that he probably wants to be looked at, unless he wins a championship elsewhere. It's kind of the same thing LeBron James went through when he won it with Miami. Yeah, he won 2 championships, and he could have continued to win championships, but I feel like going home to Cleveland and actually rewriting that history with Cleveland and showing that I didn't have to run there. I mean, this was just something I chose to do. That, put him in a whole different level of status, and that's why most people view him at least as a top 5 player. Kevin Durant, to get to that level, skill-wise, we know he's a top 5 player of all time, probably top 3, because we know as a basketball player, we didn't know these dudes from a can of paint. Kevin Durant is a better basketball player than Larry Bird. He's probably a better basketball player than Magic Johnson and players like that. And I know I might get hate for that, but come on, let's be honest. Kevin Durant, at 7 foot tall, being able to dribble and do the things that he's able to do in the modern, he's a better basketball player, but legacy-wise and how he's going to be viewed in the history books, that's completely different. That's totally different from skill to me. Kevin Durant has to earn and complete his stripes. He earned his stripes because he won 2 championships, but as far as showing that he didn't need Golden State necessarily, that, that's completely different. And I feel like he's the type of dude, he's a prideful guy. I think he would actually want to do that. That's why I'm more leaning towards he's probably going to leave Golden State this year. I'm not saying it. I don't care what he does, but I feel like it would be great for the league and most importantly, his legacy. And to me, it's just my opinion. All these are my opinion. I don't feel like if the Golden State Warriors somehow lose Kevin Durant and they have to max out Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and give Draymond Green a likable, agreement to him and his group and all that, I don't feel like they're the exact same team that they had in 2016 when they had a younger Andre Iguodala, they had Harrison Barnes, they had a fresher Bogut, they probably had a better bench, they had more of that desire and passion to win, because you got to remember in 2015 they beat a Cleveland team that didn't have Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, and that was like a ready-made excuse for Cavaliers fans of saying, oh, you see us when we have our full group and all that. So they were burning and they wanted to show the world that it was a legit championship and that we're the best team on the planet. And that's why they came out guns blazing with like a 23-4 record and ultimately won 73 games, because they wanted to show the world, we're legit, we're the best team of all time. So Golden State, I still think they would be great if they lost Kevin Durant. And I'm pretty sure they're going to acquire a lot of shooters and a lot of players that match how they play. If they lose Kevin Durant, they have a lot more money to spend instead of maxing them out. So, they'll be okay. But I feel like if they lose them, they kind of fall back to the pack with the rest of the Western Conference, with the Portlands, with the Lakers, if the Lakers get someone, with the, Thunder, if they can get their act together, and Houston and players and teams like that, because they're not so superior because they have Kevin Durant matched with a bunch of shooters, so they kind of fall back to that pack. I don't feel like specific teams need Kevin Durant. I feel like teams just need Kevin Durant not to be on the Golden State Warriors because they're already loaded enough with 2 of the greatest shooters ever and a great system and a good coach and all that. So that's pretty much how I feel, and that's why I think the championship run and all that is probably coming to an end, because I feel like egos and that desire is kind of fading away. So hopefully, we can get a more competitive lead if Kevin Durant decides to leave and go somewhere like the Knicks. That's the video though, guys. Like I said, I know I'm going to get bashed and all that, but I don't really care about Kevin Durant being on the Warriors or not. I just like competitiveness, and I feel like if he does leave and the Warriors can get that team back with Steph and Klay and Portland, they might have a real shot to beat Golden State. And we got Houston and all this stuff. We can really see if Steph can really lead a team and all that. It'll just be great for the league. So that's the video though, guys. If you guys like the video, subscribe to my new channel, follow all of my social media sites, do all that great stuff, guys. And until next time, stay tuned.